Aloha from Columbia, North Carolina. We're out here sort of by the coast, I guess. January was a blur, a fog, a storm for me and apparently many others. I can't explain it other than, I guess maybe the planets were conjuncted wrong or whatever. Maybe that's about the only explanation I can come up with. Not looking to blame anyone or anything. It was just a lot of pain, like literal physical pain, mental pain, spiritual pain. And I have no idea why. No idea why. Don't understand it at all. I don't know that I ever will understand it. Area beyond is closed. Looks like they had some high wind damage. Anyway, January is almost over, and the planets will be aligned differently, and maybe the energies will be more favorable. I thought we would just walk. And I really don't have much to say today. I'm still trying to get my bearings back. And I don't blame anyone for anything. This life is fucking weird, strange, crazy. And sometimes you feel like you've overnight, stepped into an alternate world, alternate life even. And I don't know, you can't even explain it sometimes. I mean, I can't explain anything that I can't explain shit. I'm just trying to survive. I felt like I was dying, like literally dying, and was actually like, to the point of welcoming death as a relief. Which I've been to that place more than once in this life. Like I went from having absolutely no health problems to seemingly nothing but health problems for all of January. Feeling a little better today, I guess. Maybe the past week or so. Like energetically speaking, seems like the fog has subsided somewhat, and the frequencies are not just crazy and all over the place. Maybe things are starting to balance again, harmonize a little bit more. Amazing cedar trees along here. I think this is some sort of a wildlife refuge, but it sort of looks closed down. There's not much going on in Columbia, North Carolina at all. But I'm only here for a little while and then back toward Raleigh. But I thought it'd be a nice little boardwalk and could have a tiny chat. Even though, like I said, I don't have much. I probably sound more confused than anything trying to explain January. It's like it was like a storm, you know. An energetic storm. That perhaps, you know, maybe I tapped into it. Maybe I did it inadvertently, you know. Of course, nobody's trying to fuck themselves up. Usually, anyway. I'm not. But somehow I got really fucked up. And that's fine, because you know, you learn from getting fucked up, right? We learn from everything. So I'll be a fleeting sound, like a light ray out on the water. Kind of a nice sound. The lapping water. I don't really go to the ocean much. This is like the closest I've been to the ocean in a while. I always thoroughly enjoyed the waves coming in, the sound of the waves. What, that wind is chilly. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I hope everybody is, everybody that went through their own storm in January. I hope everybody's on the path to recovery and doing better. Recuperating and healing and staying focused on the inner work. That's what this is all about. All about growth, making the next realizations, coming to the next understandings. Growing in love. Sometimes I've really pondered the idea that we are in hell here, that this is a sentence of some kind, like hell. And everything's here. It's not the biblical hell. It's the psychological, emotional, and physical, because we're in physicality, right? But like everything's here. You have the full spectrum. So in hell, it's not necessarily all about just suffering and torment and all that, but it's about being in a place where there's a full spectrum and a full range, and you can co-create your way into any you can co-create your existence anywhere on the spectrum. So you literally could co-create daily torture and torment and suffering, but you don't have to. It's our choice as the co-creators, but we're learning how to do this. And perhaps, if this is some sort of a hell, and we've, done something in the past that placed us here in order to learn this and figure this out, that you can have heaven or hell. You're going to create it. And even if you create heaven, you're still going to experience hell, because hell is still around you. Like, you're still going to see it. So you may not directly be experiencing hell, but the fact that it's still here, it's still part of the spectrum. I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to say, other than I guess what I'm saying is that you can't really fully escape hell, even if you're not co-creating hell, because it's still a part of this realm, and you're still going to see the suffering and hear about the atrocities, etc., etc. And even though you're not experiencing that personally, let's say, directly, but see, if you've come to open your heart and you're living from love, then that's still going to affect you, because how are you not going to be affected by hearing, stuff happening to animals or babies or children or anybody, fellow humans? Even though we're kind of callous, I think, towards fellow humans at this point, because they're the source of so much of the hell. And the seeming innocent victims, are the animals or nature or, children. So I can tell you one thing, I don't ever want to come back here. If I'm here, let's say if I'm not here because I volunteered, because that's what I believe. I believe that I came as a volunteer. But if that's wrong and I'm here because of past karma, and I'm here to find my center, then I want to find it. I want to get it right. I want to get it right. I don't ever want to come here again. I don't ever want to be around hell again. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know about it. Because I'm positive where I came from that it's not like that. It's not like that. You're not reminded all the time of all the crap. And you have to constantly battle just to maintain, your own mind, your own sanity, your own peace and balance and harmony in this place where this spectrum is just ripe for the taking, ripe for the co-creating. And it can be, well, like I already said, it could be absolute hell. And it could be absolute heaven. So you take the good with the bad, at least that's what we say. That's how we try to feel better about the bad. It's not always bad, right? It's not always hell. But there sure is a lot of it to go around. And I'm trying to go towards center, towards heaven, I don't want to be out of balance that way either. I just want the middle. I just want the center. And from there I can see the whole thing and make clear decisions from clarity and not polarity. Anyway, love you all. Hope you're doing great. I am with you, I sympathize, empathize, feel it too, I've definitely felt it too. So love and light until next time, my friends.